2300 on the horse and I'm Mike. Switching out the character, the strippers like tigers. Legends on 3, 2, 1.
Oh, you tried it. You say you love me like you love him. You lying. You know your worth for what it's worth. I could buy it. We'll say it's lonely at the top, but I'm biased. Because I'm only at the top, but you tried it. You say you love me like you love him. You lying. You know your worth for what it's worth. I could buy it. We'll say it's lonely at the top, but I'm biased.
Go that, please don't go that with me. Left wrist go that, right wrist go that, necklace go that, sis go that, this go that with me, yeah.
Don't get the door 'cause the feds on it. Don't get the door 'cause the feds on it.
Get down. Came a long way, came a long way, came a long way, came a long way, been a long way, real long way, and it's still that way, still that way, still that way, still broad day, live that way, drill that way, came a long way, real long way, been a long way, real long way, and it's still that way, 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 still that way. Eastside Johnny, pull up with the mob, real John got it. Grinding from the bottom, blood on my hands, ain't no dirt on my body. Whip big body, block, it'll be a real big problem. Whole lot of prize, that's something you don't know nothing about it. Still that way, you ain't built that way. I been more in pain, way to broad day. Really short fuse, done had a long day. Body like wow, like. Wait. You know I'm an east side, big TDE, step a whole rep, that. Top dog since top ramen now, stacking lobster with a shrimp, big, put a ribbon on it, get you give, rep, bet, that. Real, never switch, that. Came a long way, came a long way, came a long way. It's Madden NFL 24, and we'll see Bryce Young. Solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Panthers and the Vikings, next on EA Sports.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Vikings set to go to work, and they're led by the leading passer in the NFC a season ago. Now in his 12th year, 6th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
A first down throw for Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 71 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And slow going there as they'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. You look at this Carolina defense. They're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd down, right back to Hunt. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still 3rd down.
And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Throwing, Cousins. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. So here are the Panthers set to take over for the first time. And Charles will get a look at the much-heralded rookie Bryce Young, the first overall pick from April's draft.
I loved our discussion this week. You know, we had our weekly phone call to talk about our game coming up. And we had to reflect on the fact that he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award last week, yet his team lost. You don't see that very often.
No, I know a lot of people dislike that, but when you look at the numbers across the conference from last week, he was clearly the best. So I say the award goes to him, and it did.
He was so good, they just couldn't ignore him.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Young looks to throw on first down. And this nearly an interception right off the bat. An early crisis averted as that winds up incomplete. The Panthers at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means it's going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
Well, if nothing else, they were able to pick up 1 first down on this drive and get it away from their own goal line, but not much happening after that, and it leads to a punting situation.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down, and he'll have it by 20, as it turns out to be a big gainer there on 4th down. And a catch by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here. Marcus Davenport brought him down, the UTSA product. That's about as good as a linebacker can diagnose that play, isn't it?
It certainly is, and what he did really well is that while he was diagnosing, he got his feet in motion without actually going anywhere and taking a false step that he had to make up later. He read it, got his feet in motion, and then he just took off and made the play.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
Here we go.
They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Ready?
On play action, Young. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Hayden Hurst, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Here's Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a handoff. Hunt's going to run left. There he goes, left side. And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And he is going to lose yardage here. See the athleticism there of Brian Burns stopping him behind the line.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Cousins now on 2nd down. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down. To throw, Cousins. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be 2nd down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. This offense returns to the field. And the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we're going to look at him.
First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. And I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. It's Young off play action. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Johnny Hekker now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Cousins on 1st down. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. The 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. And it's caught. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Hockenson exploded after a surprising in-division trade from the Lions to the Vikings in 2022. Averaged 6 catches a game in his new digs and finished 2nd among NFL tight ends in yards and catches. Could lead the league with a full year in Minnesota.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Hunt. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds. And this time he is in. Kareem Hunt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this 1st half. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here.
Ready, ready. Check pink. Hut, hut.
Now a 1st down throw for Young. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
at the 24-yard line.
Blaster, 6. Set.
Final play of the half. Young. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 hour. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back. I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner, but where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
50 yards rushing for him now, and what was his 10th carry of the ballgame. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Young. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Opposite, green. Ready?
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before they break it across midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there. First.
Nice run from Sanders to accomplish a couple of runs that we did first last season in Philadelphia. Finally broke 1,000 yards and had 11 touchdowns to help reach his first Pro Bowl.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 46. Throwing, Young. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Red, yellow. Squad red. 6, mega. 10.
Young to throw again on second and 10. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Slide 2. Check white. Ready?
Young on third down. Escaping the pressure right. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down. To throw, Young. He's got his target. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And that one blown up quickly as as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It was Danielle Hunter to make the play in the backfield.
That was well played there defensively. Two tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And
he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Miles Sanders, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Panthers and Miles Sanders headed out for another drive. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. And Young's throw there incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Now Young. And he is caught. And he will be taken down. What's going to be the final play of the
he's going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. Open man once again. It's Thielen. And he's brought down. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Sanders. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 87 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here comes Sanders on the toss right. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down.
Holding offense.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Young going to get this complete, meanwhile to Sanders.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
2nd and 1 now from the 21.
They'll run with Sanders. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Another run here with Sanders. And he will take it across for Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Panthers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index, because now it's a 2-score game here the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team is playing, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Well, just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Back to it after the pick 6. Cousin.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Cousins now to throw on first down. Slant route, and he's got Addison. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll throw again. Cousins. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now Cousins. And he couldn't get that one to his man. Short of him, it's low and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
3rd and goal for Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. K.J. Osborne from 6 yards away. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. If they can somehow get this one back. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Throwing, Dalton. Left side here to Sanders. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. 4th down. Dalton wants to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
I think he had eyes on that run the whole time. Good anticipation because it seemed to me he waited for the coverage to get drawn away and then had the easy scamper out of bounds to get the short yardage 1st down.
And he will have a Panther 1st down. And it is celebration time on that sideline, and they've earned it. They'll run with Sanders. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Dalton's going to sneak it. So he gets absolutely nothing out of that sneak, and now it's 4th down.
I think the effort was there, but sometimes the defense is just a little bit better. No gain on the quarterback sneak, no place to go.
The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Good route here.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
One last shot now for Cousins. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
Yeah, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out.
Legends on 3, 2, 1.
Yes, I'm go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, go that. Please, please don't go that, go that, go that, go that, go that with me. Go that, 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 go that.
Man, they even got enough change in the meter. Double part looking like Bane in the beater. Her friend keep helping detangle the weave. When they jump in the front seat to play with the speakers. Let my plans, touch on my fans. Plus when I stumble, my customize fans. Plush like brush like plus, I got them up. Plus size Panamera truck, I hop out the roof. Yeah, dime on my left wrist and she got the flu. Yeah, watch look like Chex Mix is supposed to be blue. She know it's 2 seats, so she leave her best friends. Bust out my dad face, your chain is a neck.
Go that, go that, go that, go that, go that. Please, please don't go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, go that. Me, left wrist, go that, right wrist, go that, necklace, go that, sis, go that, this don't go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, go that. Me.
I had to hit my designer for sneaks. Double dip mine in the bleach. I'm blocking for sure. I'm popping down Miami Beach. Pull up like LeBron with the heat.
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we'll see Miles Sanders. He had a great week to build off of last time out, reaching triple digits and adding 2 touchdowns. It's the Panthers and the Lions, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Detroit Lions. Along with with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. It's been a lost first month of the season, that's for sure, as they come in with an 0-4 record.
And the window's not shut on them, though. They still have a chance to make something out of this season, but it has to start right now.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. Still scoreless here in the first, but a third down situation forthcoming. Let's get into the action. Here is Young. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Panthers first down. A scoreless game here early on, but how much longer will that hold up as we've got action in the red zone on 1st and 10. Now a carry for Sanders. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 2nd down, back to Sanders. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to float from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now Young. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this. Second quarter, this defense looking for a big 3rd down stop here. They're already down on the scoreboard, just trying to get the ball back to their offense. Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete. Detroit was up. So Young will head to the sideline, and on is Pinheiro for the Panther field goal. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah,
we have a red zone update. This defense stacked up here with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. To the air again. Goff. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. Touchdown. Jameson. Okay, the field goal unit out on the field as they look to get the waning moments of this first half. And he pushed it. Pushed it from short distance. Wide right. It's no good. And that'll keep this a 1-point game.
Boy, that could have been a real momentum boost going into the break. You get into field goal position with a chance to seize the lead, but this one doesn't find the target, and they're unable to capitalize.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage. A big play coming up for this defensive unit. They're down, but just by a bit on the scoreboard. Can they get this 3rd down stop in the 3rd quarter? Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Keeping this offense out of the end zone has to be considered a must here, as this defense can ill afford to go 2 scores down here in the 2nd half. 1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace.
This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn.
Holding offense.
So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. First down, Young. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Running right. Here's Sanders. Oh, good move. 56 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Red, cycle.
A play fake. Now Young lets it fly for Thielen. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. But he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space. Couldn't uncover the end of the route. And that one winds up incomplete.
Young to throw it. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Carolina. LaVisca Chenault with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter.
A decent pressure kick coming up here in the 4th quarter of a tie football game. Can they convert it? This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Now Goff on first down. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap, to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Yeah, great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Goff's throw here into the hands of Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Goff. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Here's 1st down. Now Goff. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Brandon's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Plenty of time left, plus all 3 timeouts. Here's 1st and 10. Goff. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers have just about sewn up this football game.
Here we go, Zach.
Young. He's going to float this one deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. Here's Young. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. That is caught by Thielen. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Sanders. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points. No hesitation in this situation. Down a couple scores late in the game. This offense is staying out there on 4th. One last throw here for Goff. And that's caught by Williams. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down, and they come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping